morning, y'all. Welcome. I'm Rebecca Wright, and I'm a textile artist in Austin, Texas. So Psychic Outlaw is a handmade clothing company that uses vintage and recycled textiles to make new clothing. What does Psychic Outlaw make? We make quilt coats, dresses, I guess I'm wearing one, overalls, boiler suits, tees, skirts, shorts, kind of just like your basic wardrobe. We do kind of one of everything. This is the inventory room. This is where we keep all of the ready-made items that we put on our website. So we're super lucky to have ready-made items now. We used to be all custom. The chore coat is one of my first designs. It has the pointed collar, the big pockets. This one has a wide sleeve. You can kind of choose from a standard sleeve or a wide sleeve. This is just our classic chore coat. We love to take a spin sometimes when we find really unique quilts. This is a yo-yo quilt that we made into the chore coat design. But, you know, just cutting into something like this to make it into a jacket had to be really planned out because you can't just cut into them. They kind of lose their shape. I do get that question a lot about how can you cut the quilt? I can't believe you're cutting this quilt. All of the quilts that we find for Psychic Outlaw are heading for the landfill. They are already in these huge bales of rags and blankets, and you know, it's all stained and ripped and torn, and even if it has like a big hole in the middle, we're like, oh, we can cut around the outside and like make this into something really cool. I believe that I would rather rescue that textile and turn it into something really wearable and continue that history. I just have a lot of respect for the amount of time and work and love that goes into each one. I do think that the more I feel like a real business and a real brand, that it's more important for me to have time to design and make things, because I know that if I'm making something for myself, then my customers will definitely like it because they've supported me so far into this, that I feel like that's what people are here for. That's like why people follow Psychic Outlaw, that they like what I like. My general idea when I started Psychic Outlaw was to teach myself how to sew. I wanted to work for a bigger company. I wanted to work behind the scenes. I wanted to do costuming. Then Psychic Outlaw kind of turned into its own thing, and I really wanted to just see it out and see where it was gonna go, and it was getting so much attention and people were really inspired by it, so that's kind of where I've been. We moved into this house in October. Although I don't live in this house, we all really miss my cat sitting on everything. That was always the best. So this is the cutting room where we will cut out all of the orders that we're getting from our online store. These are the cutting tables, these two tall tables. This was my first investment whenever I decided I was doing my own clothing brand, because I worked for other businesses sewing, and this was such a game changer. It was like having that elevation, you're not bending over. So those are our beautiful tables. And then we have this organization sort of down in here with all of the tablecloths that we get, all of our magazines that we've been in, which, you know, proud of that. This is the sewing room. This is where we do a lot of finishing touches on our orders. And then I also do a lot of my personal sewing in here. This is our industrial sewing machine. This was a super important purchase for sewing through multiple layers of quilts. Very loved iron. The just home sewing machine does a lot of work, actually. And then a serger. I've had that serger since high school. 99% of the time, whoever reaches out to us to mail in their own quilt or textile will have a reason and a story behind the blanket that they're sending us. It just means a lot, you know, to like share that with people and know that we're doing something that's more than just making clothes. I definitely am completely dedicated with Psychic Outlaw to using everything. The fact that there is no place to recycle fabric in our city, at least, was really disheartening. So I tried even harder to figure out who wants these, how can we purpose this, like what can we make that's smaller. We kind of came up with a bunch of different ideas of how to use the scraps and smaller products that we could make with the scraps, or we'll sell it to people. I actually have a thing on my website where you can buy our scraps. So other crafters will buy like huge bags of our tiny scraps and use it for patching or stuffing or whatever, so people can use it till the end. This is our social media room where Michaela takes all of the pictures, and we do tons of social media videos and content all in this space.
Oh,
Want to show us around a little bit?
Yeah, so it's the only room in the house that's pink. We like to move things all the time, so this will probably not be the same tomorrow, but we took out the big butterfly.
We love to build giant props and things for our pop-ups that we do. We want people to see that it's more than just clothes, that it's kind of our artwork as well. The monster butterfly was actually way bigger than this when we started. Our friend Zach the Maker, he uses wood and pieces from other projects too to build stuff, which I really identified with whenever I was looking for someone to help me. So he'll build the frames for things, and then I will upholster with, you know, quilts or yeah, just like whatever we have, stuff it with scraps. This is like the Psychic Outlaw deity.
She watches over us.
Yeah,
While
really
we're
does.
making. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a certain level of access when you're using Instagram and like connecting with customers on kind of that like personal level.
Yeah. And we have just like a really important message that I think has become this big trend too, with repurposing and learning how to sew. And even if people aren't shopping and buying from us, I love that we're sharing to inspire people too.
Yeah, knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep tapping
You're gonna high five me. You're like, yes.
If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Handmade for more tours just like this.